The past week has been about reclaiming agency, asking for clarity instead of just waiting and waiting and waiting. Realizing just how much being in the right environment can shape an outcome, and also noticing that once momentum builds, boy, in the right conditions, you're just rolling, you're going, and it's fantastic. There has been lots of laughter, late nights, including last night, and some decluttering induced memories. It's also been a reminder that if I'm not holding the pen, someone else actually might be writing my story. It's been slightly chaotic, however, also surprisingly energizing, even on 4 hours sleep, which I got last night. So here we are. I'm Rabbit Johnny. This is Weekly Unfold, my space to really explore the asks, the failures, the reminders that life has thrown me, and some of the gratitude that has got me through the weeks. Let's get into it. Choosing clarity over waiting. My ask this week was for a confirmation around a potential upcoming opportunity, and I realised I'd just been waiting for someone to get back to me, and I just kept telling myself they'll reply when they're ready, even if it's weeks, lots of weeks later. Actually, sometimes you just have to ask directly, kindly, obviously, and clearly, but you have to make the ask and do it without overthinking. So that's what I did. I think there's something about recognizing that waiting doesn't always mean patience. Sometimes it's just your own hesitation dressed up. For me, it was my hesitation, and I decided to overcome that. So yeah, here's to asking, asked in a nice short email, and I'm waiting for them to get back to me. Let's see. Decluttering. Now, the fact that I'm decluttering is not the failure. In fact, fantastic. We'll talk about that a little bit in some of the other sections. However, decluttering and getting into it like way too deep in this particular session, meaning that I was not zoning out, I was getting into the zone with reminiscing and reflecting, and before you know it, the time has gone and I only had about 4 hours sleep, which isn't ideal because I'm really trying to work on my sleep hygiene. And it wasn't only that I went to sleep late, my body woke me up early because it tends to do that naturally. I tried to go back to sleep, it wasn't happening. So last night, because it was last night, I only got 4 hours sleep. However, today I'm pushing through. I was gonna take a nap literally before I recorded this, and then I was like, Ramat, push through, and it seems like it's working. So yeah, just a note to self that enthusiasm on all these things still needs a little, boundaries. Go to bed on time, Ramat. Next time I'll go to bed on time. Today I'm going to bed early. I've already put an alarm to say go to bed. You have to hold the pen that writes your story. When we think about the stories that we're trying to write for our futures, who is actually holding the pen? Had a session last week, and it was a question that really, really kind of stopped me in my thought process. I was like, oh, who is holding that pen? Like, yes, write your story and write the story of your life, but if you don't hold the pen, you unintentionally or maybe even intentionally give the pen to someone else to write the story for you, and their version may not reflect your truth. It may not reflect the pace of life that you're trying to go for. It definitely will not reflect your priorities because they're writing the story, so it's from their perspective. Stay intentional about holding the pen that writes your story. It's your story, darling. Who is making the decisions? Who is influencing the timelines and the direction of your story? Take hold of that pen, darling. It's your life. The environment you're in can change everything. I've been trying to move forward on something for a while, if I'm honest, and it's only just landing. Same goal, same intention, different environment, and suddenly there's a change in the momentum. I'm going, and I'm almost not stopping. So I love that for me. And when I reflected, I was like, different environment, different kind of like pacing, and it's beautiful to see. So I guess I'm trying to say sometimes it's not actually you, sometimes it is the space and the setting that you're in. So take that into consideration when you're thinking about why are things just not working. Maybe a change of environment might help. Who knows? Try it out. So grateful for laughter this past week, especially with my ladies from Senegal. I went on a writing retreat a few months back and met a bunch of amazing ladies. Some of them came together in London, and boy, did we laugh. Boy, did we laugh. We also were reminded we need to raise the bar, because some of the bars that people are going for are so low. And as Alyssa would say, raise the bar. So yeah, it was great. Full of joy, full of honesty, full of just like really nourishing conversation. So thankful to those ladies for making me smile. Yeah, thanks, ladies. Annette, I am so grateful and so thankful for Annette. So I mentioned the decluttering piece, and her patience has been epic, as she's really just helped me think through my house and like how I can make, I guess, my house a home. And we've made some real progress this weekend. I'm so proud of myself and what I've managed to achieve. But if it wasn't for Annette, I wouldn't have done a lot of the things. So yeah, just feeling super thankful for Annette and her perspective on how I can move forward on certain things, because I would be like, oh, but A, and she's like, really? What about B and C? And I'm like, oh, there are other options? Who knew? So yeah, just feeling super proud of myself, and a lot of that is to do with Annette and her patience. Thank you, girl. Love you loads. Core travel memories. Honestly, decluttering has brought back some amazing memories from various places that I've traveled to. In particular, Morocco, it seems. It seems like when that trip to Morocco, I brought back loads of things. I don't actually know how my luggage did it, but I brought back a load of things. But it's just reminded me how much I love learning from different cultures, and why I travel so much. And when you learn from other cultures and other perspectives, I love weaving that not only into like my personal work, but also, or my personal life rather, but also work and the way in which I approach work. So yeah, it's been interesting to see and reflect on how some of the things, some of my travels have influenced some of the ideas that I've had, whether it's for events, whether it's for activations, whether it's for speaking topics, for panels, etc. It's been fantastic, and I'm just feeling super grateful for my travels. I'm wondering where I'm going next. But yeah, feeling super thankful and grateful for that. Heading into week 5, and honestly, I cannot wait. Yeah, I don't know, like it feels like things are lining up and lining up nicely. Momentum is kind of like building, and yeah, we're taking steps forward. So I am all here for week 5 of 52. Not sure how it's all going to pan out, right? But I'll be back here next week to tell you how. But something good is coming, and I feel it. Thank you as always for watching. Tell a friend. Let's build this space up together. I'm super thankful for you for taking the time, so appreciate it. As always, stay out of trouble, unless it's good trouble, in which case, go wild. Speak to you soon. Bye.